Fabio Wardley's corner failed him. I mean, that was one of the worst corner displays I have ever seen. That was an absolute disgrace. And look, Ben Davison is getting a lot of criticism, and he's not the only one. There were a number of people in Fabio Wardley's corner that deserves equally the criticism in this fight, because what we saw there was a corner that was afraid to make a decision to save their fighter to fight another day. What they should have done is to make the brave decision to save their fighter to fight for another world champion opportunity. But what they did instead was leave their fighter in there to take punishment. And unfortunately, I'm not sure that Fabio Wardley will be the same fighter again. Because guys, every time a fighter step into the ring, they leave something of themselves in there. And so many times we've talked about it. I have talked about it on this channel so many times that fighters are too brave for their own good. And Fabio Wardley is just too brave for his own good. And he needs someone to save him. Your corner are not meant to be your best buddies when you're in trouble. Your corner are not meant to be the guys to champion you when you're going through a hard time, because someone like Fabio Wardley was never going to give up. It's not in his nature to give up. Fabio Wardley was going to stay in there and was going to keep taking that punishment again and again and again until he could not take it anymore, because he wants to go out on his shield, because he has the fighter mentality, because Fabio Wardley is very resilient. And if he lacks anything at all, heart and determination is not something that Fabio Wardley lacks at all. So in this fight, his corner should have saved him. They should have saved him. And what they did was they failed him instead. And as I said, Ben Davison is getting a lot of flack, and he's not the only one. There were a number of people in that corner that should have seen that their fighter was in big trouble in this fight. From round 7 onwards, Fabio Wardley was done. His nose was broken. His eyes was closed shut. He was a bloody mess. His mouth was swollen up. Fabio Wardley could not even stand on his feet. It looked like his legs was gone. He was in there fighting on pure instinct. And what he needed was somebody to save him. And nobody came to save him. Now, I've seen a lot of people make the argument that Fabio Wardley would always come back, and he's done that against Justice Hooney, and he's done that against Fraser Clark, and he's done that against Joseph Parker. Okay, let's have a look at it. Against Justice Hooney, Fabio Wardley was getting outboxed. He was getting tagged here and there, but he was not taking punishment. Justice Hooney does not have the power to stop Fabio Wardley, because if he did, he would have stopped him, because he was actually outboxing him better than Daniel Dubois. But because Justice Hooney did not have the power to punish Fabio Wardley for the mistakes that he was making, Fabio Wardley was not taking that level of beating in there. If we look at the Fraser Clark fight, Fraser Clark is the better boxer. He was outboxing Fabio Wardley, but Fraser Clark does not hit hard. Fabio Wardley was not in any trouble at all in that fight, apart from being outboxed, apart from being made silly. He was absolutely fine in that fight. Now, if we look at the Joseph Parker fight, this is a fight that Fabio Wardley felt a bit of resilience. This is a fight that Fabio Wardley felt some punishment in there, but it wasn't the same punishment as being in there with Daniel Dubois. Now, Joseph Parker is not a soft puncher. Parker can punch, but Parker does not punch like Daniel Dubois. And yes, Parker was beating Fabio Wardley and it was hurting him, but it was not as much as being in there and getting pummeled by Daniel Dubois. So the argument that Fabio Wardley was always going to pull something out of the bag and do something that he's done before, I do understand it, but in this fight, there was no case for that. Guys, let's be honest, in this fight, there was no case that Fabio Wardley was going to come back in this fight, because he had no jab, he had no footwork, he had no ring generalship. His boxing fundamentals were nowhere to be found, and you need these things to stage a comeback. Fabio Wardley had no way in coming back in this fight, and all that was happening was he was taking shots after shots after shot, punishment after punishment, and that is very taxing. And his team should have done the best thing and taken him out. Now, someone will argue that Fabio Wardley told his team that they shouldn't take him out. I mean, come on, guys. If a fighter tells his team that they shouldn't take him out of a fight, the team should know that when things get hard, they should take him out of the fight. For the fighter, he's going to want to stay in there because he thinks he can get a chance to land a big shot. And Fabio Wardley, I think, genuinely felt that he was going to land a big shot. But everyone that was watching this fight thought there's no way that he can come back in this fight. No way. I was screaming at my screen, somebody needs to stop this fight. Like, somebody needs to get in there and stop this fight. And look, maybe the team are not the only ones to look at, but we need to look at Howard Foster, the referee. Like, what was he doing? I mean, in round 8 and in round 9, you could see that Fabio Wardley had a hole in his nose. and his eyes were shut and blood was coming down into his eyes. So the referee should have known that I need to stop this fight. I mean, this is Howard Foster. He stopped so many fights earlier. Howard Foster has contributed to a lot of controversy in British boxing in the last 10, 15, 20 years, even if you want to go that far. So Howard Foster is not new to stopping a fight early or stopping a fight on time to save a fighter. He's done it so many times. So what was the reason why he kept Fabio Wardley in there for that long? And of course, the doctor as well. The doctor had to check Fabio Wardley on 2 different occasions. And even the doctor put his finger in the hole that was in Fabio Wardley's nose. So the doctor should have known that this guy cannot keep taking these punches over and over and over again. It was absolutely incredible the way they left him in there to keep taking those punishments because they thought that he could come back in a fight. But I don't think that Fabio Wardley was anywhere close to coming back in this fight. If anything, Fabio Wardley is never going to be the same again. Fighters don't really come back from this sort of punishment. They don't. And now you can understand why John Fury was very animated in the fight Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, when Tyson Fury was taking a heck of a punishment in round 9 and John Fury just had to tell Tyson Fury to stay on his bike, to run around the ring and to not engage with Alexander Usyk because he saw that his son was in serious trouble. He saw that his son was taking a lot of punishment, and nothing good comes from taking big shots, taking punishment, because you need to save a fighter to fight another day. And that is the responsibility of every corner. The referee should do that, and the doctor should certainly advise the referee to do that, or the doctor should go to the corner and advise them to stop the fight. Because in boxing, it is also the responsibility of all these guys to save a fighter. Fighters are always brave for their own good. And Fabio Wardley, I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't know how Fabio Wardley comes back from this, because I think in many cases, or even in some cases, getting knocked out cold is better than taking a sustained beating round after round after round, because that takes its toll on a fighter. And I hope that Fabio Wardley can recover and come back again. And if we don't see Fabio Wardley ever in a ring, then we know exactly why. Because that was a heck of a beating that I don't think that any fighter could come back from and become a force in the heavyweight division again. Even if he does, these guys hit way too hard for Fabio Wardley to take even more punishment after this. That was a lot of punishment. I mean, look at Deontay Wilder. After Tyson Fury pummeled him all over the ring, Deontay Wilder was never the same. And even till now, Deontay Wilder is not the same, because the fight has been beaten out of him. And it feels like Fabio Wardley took more punishment than Deontay Wilder in there. So guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Fabio Wardley's team keeping him in that fight to allow him to keep taking punishment, which I don't think is any good for his career. Could they have done it earlier? Or do you think it was absolutely fine? Fabio Wardley is a warrior and they should have left him in there and the corner was right? Get in the comment section and let me know.